I'm Seamus Mullen. I'm the chef and owner of Tertulia Restaurant here in New York City, and I'm the author of Hero Food, where I'm going to show you a really simple dish that takes the humble olive and the humble lamb and elevates them into something much more sophisticated. So to start for the marinade, we need some mixed olives from Spain. We're going to chop these up and add them in. Perfect. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of garlic. Interesting. Next, I'm going to add in just some dried, this is called guindilla. It's a dried Spanish chili. And then some lemon zest and juice. Lemon juice in. So I'm going to add in some chopped rosemary, some chopped thyme. You can do whatever herbs you like. I like to use these two herbs because they go really, really well with lamb. And we're going to add in quite a bit of olive oil because we really want this to be nice and wet and to cover the lamb. Perfect. Mix it up. And then we're going to go right on top of the lamb. Cover this up nicely. Set it in the refrigerator for a little while. And then we're going to get working on the relish. I got a pan here. I'm just going to add all my ingredients in. This is some diced red pepper. Now I have some honey. For this relish, I really want it to be kind of sweet and sour. So the honey is a nice natural way of bringing out the sweetness. Then I'm going to add some shallot. This is diced up. Notice how I keep the shallot about the same size as the pepper. Now I'm going to add in some raisins. And then the olives. The olives and the raisins go really well together. So we'll add some chopped Manzanilla olives. These are green olives from Spain. A little bit of olive oil to bring everything together. Splash of vinegar. Remember how I said I want this to have a sweet and sour thing? Well, this is where the sour is going to come from. And fresh pepper. Just a little bit of kosher salt. Then I'm going to throw in some mint. Whole sprig, just like that, and rosemary. These are classic herbs to serve with lamb. They go brilliantly with all of this. Now I'm just going to mix it all up and then turn this on. And we'll go over medium heat and let it cook down for about 45 minutes. You can go a little bit less if you want. You just want all the flavors to concentrate and come together and get this really beautiful little relish that you can use for so many different things. So let's take this off the fire because it's just about ready. Put it over there. I'll grab my lamb. And it's been going overnight, so it's got all that great flavor from the olives is in the lamb. I'm going to take this pan, because I'm going to do it in a black cast iron skillet. Turn the heat up a little bit. Perfect. I'm going to add some olive oil into this pan. One of the most common mistakes that often home cooks make when they're cooking meat is that they don't preheat their pan and the oil enough, so you don't get a nice sear on it. So I'm going to get the oil in the pan here, and then just get the excess marinade off. So here's our lamb. Get some of the marinade off. Now you can see it's kind of cured. This sort of grayish color is totally fine. It's still going to be nice and pink on the inside. Now we just have to season up the lamb and get it ready to go. So a little kosher salt. You don't need to season it quite as aggressively as you normally would when you're cooking meat, just simply because we've got the olives giving us some great seasoning in there. Fresh cracked pepper. We're going to go right into the pan with this. I always like to add it away from me so I don't splash and burn myself. And it'll take a couple minutes on each side, depends on how much you want it cooked. I like my lamb to be kind of medium rare, so it's nice and pink and moist on the inside. So I'm just going to do a couple minutes on either side. If you want it to be cooked a little bit more, you can go longer, or you can even preheat your oven to 400 degrees and throw it in the oven for a minute or two. So I've got some tongs. You can use a little spatula if you want. Get a little color here. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, that's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over, and we're going to get the other side. Nice. Look at that. Beautiful char. We're just going to finish it up on the other side a couple more minutes. All right, so we're close. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this off and take the lamb out of the pan. I'm going to let it rest, just rest on my cutting board, right here on the cutting board for a few minutes. The juices, so it stays nice and succulent. So super easy. Here we go. Turn it again. Nice. All right. I'm going to carve it, and then we'll go ahead and finish it up. So simply use a sharp knife, carve it. Now, if you like your lamb really, really pink, you can cook it a little bit less. This is cooked nicely to medium rare. It's not gonna be as pink as you might think from a typical medium rare dish, just because it's been marinated in these great olives from Spain. That marinade is gonna take a little bit of the color out of the meat, but what it loses in color, it more than makes up for in flavor. So you get this really delicious, complex, fun, and not difficult to execute lamb dish. Perfect. All right. And we'll go ahead and plate this up nicely. Right across the plate, like that. Carved pieces there. So you get the nice medium rare on the inside, you get the char, and then we'll finish it up with some of this relish. I've got the herbs in here, but you can discard them. They're just there for flavor. So the relish, we'll just kind of sprinkle this on top. I'm gonna go ahead and make it a little fancier and finish it with some fresh mint. Why not, right? Just a drizzle of olive oil just to brighten things up. And that is it. There you have it, a very simple yet sophisticated dish you can make with beautiful olives from Spain, Spanish olive marinated lamb loin with olive relish. Buen provecho.